Good evening and welcome to today's news bulletin. I'm Zandile Mpapane, recapping stories making headlines. The UNHCR today donated equipment to the Ministry of Home Affairs in Mbabane. His Excellency the Right Honorable Prime Minister urged police under the Police Intelligence Department to set an example to arsonists who go around burning structures. The founder of Mountain of Salvation Church, which is situated in Matapa, Major Vusi Dlamini, was granted 50,000 bail today at the High Court after he was charged for fraud. Well, before we get to our news bulletin, that message was from Water Aid ESWATINI, and it is all about encouraging Yemaswati to adhere to COVID-19 regulations. Now we shall get back to our bulletin. The UNHCR today donated equipment under the Ministry of Home Affairs, which will be used to continue with the mopping exercise that has been going on in the kingdom. The donation was received by the Honorable Minister for Home Affairs, Her Royal Highness Princess Lindiwe. We have a report.
The Ministry of Home Affairs received a donation of office equipment such as tablets and as well as 2 gazebos from the UNHCR. The UNHCR is also providing technical support to the ministry in towards the eradication of statelessness in the kingdom. The Minister of Home Affairs, Her Royal Highness Princess Lindiwe thanked the UNHCR for all the technical support given. The Minister also hailed the organization for their continuous contributions.
The UNHCR program of support in Eswatini has undoubtedly become the one of the flagship programs of the ministry. Today I am delighted to be part of this event where we are receiving a special donation in the form of technical assistance and office equipment which will be used in the ministry's program for reducing statelessness. This includes 15 tablets, 2 printers, 5 gazebos, and promotional material that will be used during the mopping exercise to improve access to legal identity. The UNHCR will also support with hiring of a project coordinator for the mop-up project for a period of 1 year. The Kingdom of Eswatini greatly appreciates all the technical, financial, and humanitarian support that UNHCR extends to the Kingdom. Indeed, today's event attests to the special relationship that obtains between the UNHCR, especially the representative, Mr. Zulu, and the Kingdom of Eswatini. It is also evidence of the tireless efforts of the Office of the UNHCR Special Representative.
The UNHCR representative, Leonard Zulu, expressed his excitement on behalf of the organization to strengthen the relationship between the two entities through this partnership. Reporting for Channel Yemaswati News, Abongile Mabuza with Linda Shonwe Baban.
To bring about a nationwide fiber optic network so that every area in the country is serviced with high connectivity that connects to undersea cables that are overseas and cables that are within the country to ensure that connectivity remains at high speed and that we are able to roll out 5G.
umuntu bekanelithemba lokuthi kuyasetshenziswa kuyiwembili manje nasekunaleti inkinga nathi nibhalela phasi kusho ukuthi asiyembili ngibani lolwenta angaboni lokuthi lento yinkaphela
ama-laptops naye inkosi iba nenkosi lwaphe education ngivile inhlitiyo yami iba mnanzi kakhulu as chairperson of education ukuthi hawu laletha elimnanzi litulukethu la ngaphandle bantwana lokuthi hamba letikolo ema-officials akho nduna yenkosi angakuwathisa ukuthi umtimba lo lobuhlungu aswela lwakhe.
After a private tour at the police camp in Mbabane, His Excellency the Right Honorable Prime Minister of the Kingdom, during a press conference at the police headquarters in Mbabane, mentioned that police under the intelligence department should set an example to arsonists who go around burning property in the kingdom. We have a report. His Excellency the Right Honorable Prime Minister of the Kingdom today took a private tour at the Mbabane police camp to inspect the damage that was done by arsonists. His Excellency then went to the police headquarters in Mbabane where he met with media houses. He mentioned that the Royal ESWATINI Police Service under the Intelligence Department should make sure that they make an example of arsonists in the kingdom as they cause a huge destruction to property.
Properties abo bashiselwa siyathi-ke ukuthi lawo maphoyisa akayashiselwa ngoba abantu abane-political view lehlukile, ashiselwe ngoba adisebelita hulumende letiphethene nemithetho. Labo-ke ungasho nawukhuluma ukuthi abakehlukane nento olimele asemsebenzini. Siyathi-ke ukuthi umuntu nakalimele asemsebenzini kwayekele ukuthi kube khona labonwa ngako.
Kuseluze lokhaya ukuthi nihambe nibasho lo wosenhlule lapho nihlule khona nale bandzinga ukuthi banibone nhlonishwa. Ngifike emaphoyisa angibike ukuthi sisebenza ngokukhulu ukudimisela. Ukukhula ukudimisela noma simo ngalesinye isikhathi singavumi kodwa uNkulunkulu solo ungakithi. Uyasisita lapho asisita khona. Lesi livesi ngophakamisela emihlanu ezintabeni.
Lapha sivile ukuthi abatholi uniform ngeliviki lapho. Namanje kuphakanyise ukuthi at least kungeliviki sokuthi sakabo 5000 kuze ukuthi namaphoyisa lapho sakabo 4 point something abe covered ngoba kusichipho ukuthi iyakhela kunokuthi nithenge lapha siyesiva lapha kwetenda resho lapha mlando wakho imali yakahulumende.
I am Zandile Mpapane for Channel Yemaswati News with Mxolisi Mavuso, Mbabane. The Minister for Education and Training, Honorable Lady Howard Mabuza, today in Manzini, mentioned that students in lower grades should be educated on the importance of taking education seriously. We have a report.
The Minister of Education and Training in the Kingdom of Eswatini, Honorable Lady Howard, says that young children, especially those in primary schools, should be correctly informed about the importance of education and also be given vocational education training.
Na uthi uyanaka labantwana ungathi abatsheleki kahle lendlela lokuthi isukaphi iyapi endleleni. Ingakuthi okhanza endleleni umntwana so uyabdrop out because kude lobumqoka lobugqizelelwe la ingqondweni yakhe lokuthi imfundo nje sivuka siya ka grade 1 siphokophele kubheka kuphi. Ngicabanga ukuthi kumcoka ukuthi bamfana bathi lokuthi sifundzela ukuthi sitayicede primary singene high school sisuke high school siyelela kufunzelwa khona bese sesiyahamba sesiya emisebenzini ibe clear lendlela lokuthi lomfana utahamba kanjani bese ke nathi thina lesisebenta yona lemfundo sizame lokuthi letinto letitenda ukuthi umfana asitakale imfundo aze ayithanze sizame lokuthi sikwende lokufaka ekhathi nje ukuthi le environment kube ngile friendly kubantwana umfana ajabulele kuya esikolweni kubede kuhlukumeteka umfana nakasesikolweni kubede tinto letitasetenda umfana aqabange ukuthi esikolweni akusiyo indzawo lekahle. Ibalulekile kakhulu indzaba yemakhono kubantwana futhi nyalo uhulumende lekakwendako sekunale curriculum la offerisha kohulumende leseyika standard ka grade 3 le competency based curriculum lena lenaka lelikhono lalomfana kusukela amncane akhule ngalo likhuliswe kanye naye lelikhono solo lipolishwa aze awuphuma etulu umfana asebenza nje lelikhono lakhe lokuleka interested kuko nalokuleka nelikhono kuko kwenta ukuthi lo mfana ayithokotele imfundo ajabule kuba sesikoleni nalokuthi nje uyabona ukuthi ngalamakhono sengiyakhona njalo kwenta kokuthi sengiyakhona kutendela kokuthi
Yemaswati channel Mkewi Carlos Manzini.
Chief Justice Yemaswati today at the High Court in Mbabane sworn in 4 judges that will be working for the High Court. The judges were appointed by His Majesty King Yemaswati III. We have a report.
I, Bongani Sidney Dlamini, swear that I will well and truly serve King Yemaswati III, his heirs and successors in the office of Judge of the High Court, and I will do right to all manner of people according to law, without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
The Chief Justice, Yemaswati, announced the appointment of 4 judges to be sworn in as judges of the High Court. The Chief Justice, Yemaswati, announced the appointment of 4 judges to be sworn in as judges of the High Court. The Chief Justice stated that the appointment was a part of the speeding up of the operation of the establishment of the commercial courts. Justice Mapalala passed his sincere gratitude to His Majesty King Yemaswati III for approving the appointment of the judges.
Sibonge ke ngwenyameni Mswati wesithathu ukuthi asibusisele kubekwa kala majaji. Bayithe wena waphayithe. Bekunene bezolo sikhuluma kule minyaka lemibili endlulile ukuthi sitawuqala i-commercial court solo siyiteka lendzaba usho ukuthi ke nyalo lokwenteka namuhla sekemalungiselelo okuqala i-commercial court letawuteka tonke tindzaba letiphatselene nemabhizinisi nemacala lamakhulu emabhizinisi sesivele sinayo lenkantolo
sephinde siqalele phansi khona ne-mob justice yabona amacala angena e-mob justice lamanenge lelinye licala lelinengi kakhulu licala le-SODV ne-rape solo kuyaqhubeka nalo lisedulu kakhulu lizinga le-SODV cases.
Reporting for Channel Yemaswati News, Abongile Mabuza, Wazandile Mpapane, Mbaban.
siphile kahle esikhathini eside.
Ngiyabonga Vunganza, ngisekelazi. Timnanzi letindzaba lengitivako. Ngasho ngathi ngiyohlale ngikusekela. Siphile sibili noma mina ngiyide i-HIV.
Mama, kuloko ngikubonga kakhulu Thando sami. Ibuka phela ngithibela ngisele esibhedlela. Ngathi no, sale ngivele ngijovela le COVID-19. Sale ngilungisela inkonzo eliphasi yakube kanye phela mngani.
Maye wende kahle babi. Thina labantwana sesajova njengoba wadi. Nyalo sesiyothatha le booster. Ngoba singakenti njalo kumele sihlolisise nebetempilo ukuthi isikhathi sesifikile yini sekubooster.
Litiko letempilo liyakukhuthaza kunatha kahle ema-ARVs kanye nekujovela i-COVID-19, ikakhulu lokusilungiselela tenkonzo tephasika. Lo mlayeto niulethelwe litiko letempilo ngeluhlelo le-FCI.
Yamangu sengale oxygold. Ngangifunze ephepheni kuThandi. Ngahamba ngayoyifuna. Ngiphethwe ungachami ngqinzetelwa ngiloko prostate. Lebhodlela lekuqala nje ngabona umehluko ukuthi sengiyakwazi ukuchama.
You care about what goes onto your skin. You care about the products that are approved by dermatologists, suitable for your skin type, and renowned for real customer testimonials. You want that glow. The Portia M Beauty Store at Swaziland's Gables Shopping Center has the products you need to achieve those skin goals. Water! Come get that glow.
You're still tuned in at Yemaswati channel. I am Zandile Mpapane. Before we continue with our bulletin, that message was from Water Aid Eswatini, and it is all about encouraging Yemaswati to adhere to COVID-19 regulations. Well, going back to our bulletin, founder of Mountain of Salvation Church, Prophet Major Vusi Dlamini, was granted 50,000 bail today at the High Court after he was charged for fraud at the Magistrate Court in Babane. We have a report.
Mountain of Salvation Church founder Prophet Major V. Dlamini today appeared at the Magistrate Court in Babane, where acting Principal Magistrate Sfiso Vilagati charged Dlamini with fraud of 900,000 Malangeni from the Building Society. Dlamini later went to the High Court of Eswatini, where he was granted 50,000 bail, 5,000 which was cash, and the rest was surety. He was told to come back at the court on the 25th of March. I am Zandile Mpapane for Channel Yemaswati News, Babane.
Residents of Manzini North Ingundla under the Manzini region today were educated about their rights by Safet and Kango today. We have a report.
The Manzini North constituency today had visitors from South 8 and Kango. The intention was to discuss with the residents about the importance of knowing their rights. According to Nomtebo Gama, who is South 8 Program's Young Professionals, she stated that most of the residents voiced out that they are worried about the issue of lack of jobs, and most of the parents expressed that most children, they have lacked respect.
Batali njengoba besikhoda lana batali ke bakhala kakhulu ngenhlonipho leseyilahlekile kubantwana. Naloko ke sitakubuketa ukuthi siyiletha njani, siyibuyisa njani inhlonipho kangwani, siyibuyisa njani inhlonipho leseyilahlekile kubantwana bethu. Lokunye labakhale ngako bantu ke labasha nabo idinne ngitikhalo tabo tigcwele libhakede. Siyabona bakhala ngetindzaba temsebenzi, bakhala ngetindzaba
it's a sort of a symposium noma ngathi a discussion nebantwana batawubuta nabogogo batobuta nabantubuta itolo nje uyakhumbula ukuthi besinako simaswati ukuthi hayi induku iyawakha umuthi but nasithi sifika esikolweni le nduku lesithi i-corporal punishment bathi ikahleni bothishela akasashaya umvana so kuba nalento leyo nokuthi ke simaswati itolo vele umvana besimshaya ngendlela yokuthi siyamcondzisa siyameluleka sakhala ikusasa kunemehluko lokho kunekuthi bese sowufaka iabuse nasengikuthatha nje ngekuthi ngumvana nami sengikuganhlata elibonzeni sengiyakunyathela sengiyakubopha ngushaya ngetinsilane akusasiko lokho basifundisa into letinjalo.
According to Macford Sibanze, who is the Member of Parliament at Manzini North, he stated that this workshop will benefit most of the residents.
Bulene community policemen today urged the government to tighten laws that will ensure that copper theft suspects are jailed for a long time. This was stated by the community policemen who stated that they have had enough of copper theft in the area. We have a report.
Community police around the country are looking forward to the approval of a bill that will prosecute those that are found guilty of copper theft. The community police are saying that they've been working very hard in getting these criminals. However, they get a lenient sentence because they're being charged for theft.
Kunemthetho lo wakhiwako loqondzene nalelithusi nje ngoba besolo emthethweni bantu bachajwa njenge-theft lengakaqondzani nelithusi kepha nyalo sekunemthetho lo wakhiwako lo tawuqondzana nalelithusi ukuthi ushaye labo labeba lelithusi futhi basashaywa bavele babe bantu labatawukhwesha emmangweni bahambe bayawuhlala ekhulukuthu sikhathi lesidze bangale ngasekhulukuthu ngoba letinye tinto vele inkinga kuye kube bede umthetho ikakhulukati kuyo lendzaba lena yelithusi bevele bantu baphuma lula kokuthi bajajwa nje ngokuthi bebile kepha kungabukwa lokho ukuthi bebe into lemgqoka kangakanani kepha nyalo siyethemba kulomthetho lwakhiwako ukuthi bantu batawuthi bayawuhlala vele ekhulukuthu isikhathi lesidze endzabeni elithusi kungaba kuyala nje kubo labo labana ngilabalithusi ukuthi awu nineleni balithusi hlukanani nalomkhuba ngoba lomkhuba mubi live awulithuthukisi kepha kunaloko live uyalibulala.
For Yemaswati channel, I'm Kerry Carlos, Matapa.
Umhluma Women and Youth Foundation, a foundation that is all about the well-being of widows in Eswatini, held a workshop whereby widows were sensitized on how they can handle land disputes. We have a report.
Mhluma Women and Youth Foundation kicked off their 3-day training program for paralegals within the organization on customary land rights in the kingdom. The organization would like to make women more aware of their rights in the law. The first day saw participants engage in a discussion about land issues and challenges faced by women. Lungelo Zulu, Executive Director of Mhluma, voiced the importance of widows being cognizant of their land rights in the eyes of the law.
Lamuhla sitawutraina ema-paralegals amhluma langiteti laqhamuka kuma-regions ong-4 enaku even sibatraina ngokuthi bati emalungelo abo etindzabeni temihlaba i-customary land right ngoba kule project esiyendako sikhulumisa tinawo ema-issues noma tindzaba tabo tekumuca umhlaba okhanza ukuthi abantu ukuthi ngitiphile tingoni bafuna ukuthi batithathe ukuthi tindzaba bafuna ukuthi ikhulunywe khona so sefike naku egcenge le project ngokuthi sitrain ama-paralegals silana until Friday lapho khona iphela khona ke project but lokuthi sitrain ama-paralegals sifuna lokuthi bahambe nabo bofundisa labanye emimangweni ke nalabanye enawo emangweni ukuthi bomake bathu nabamuqwa umhlaba nasi baphika bafade ufuna baphume babheke kuphi.
While Dlamini said that the workshop would help women to be more knowledgeable of their rights as well as the different avenues they can explore to ensure that their rights are protected.
As we all know, women, and particularly widows, sometimes find themselves encountering challenges or abuses of their rights to customary land. Simply because the husband has died, you find that there is property grabbing, you find that a woman is evicted from her home together with her children.
Reporting for Channel Yemaswati News, Abongile Mabuza with Kimberly Mabuso, Baban.
Well, that's all the news we had for tonight, but before ending tonight's bulletin, let's take a recap of the stories which made headlines. The UNHCR today donated equipment to the Ministry of Home Affairs in Mbabane. Following a private tour at a police camp in Mbabane, His Excellency the Right Honorable Prime Minister urged the Intelligence Department under the Royal ESWATINI Police Service to set an example following the fact that arsonists are burning structures in the kingdom. Founder of Mountain of Salvation Church, Prophet Major Vusi Dlamini, was granted 50,000 bail today by the High Court following a fraud charge. Well, that's all the news we had for tonight. Do have yourselves a beautiful evening. Good night.
This weather forecast is proudly brought to you by FSRA.